So we're learning the laws of Shabbos, section 306, Al Rebbe Shulchan Aruch, Amir al-Enoch. Amir al-Enoch is a very extended, instructing a non-Jew to perform a forbidden task on Shabbos is forbidden, as a shvus, by a rabbinic decree. Even if one gave the non-Jew these instructions before Shabbos, when, however, one tells a non-Jew or another Jew on Shabbos to perform a task for him the following day, it is not forbidden as a shvus. It is, however, prohibited as part of the injunction to refrain from pursuing your concerns. So we learned so far the instructing a non-Jew to perform forbidden task on Shabbos is forbidden. When, however, one tells the goy or another Jew on Shabbos to perform the task for him the following day. What does it mean the following day?
Shabbos.
Not Shabbos.
Sunday.
Yeah. It is not forbidden as a shvus.
Ah. Yeah, right.
So you told them on Shabbos to do it on another day.
Right, they'll move the car.
So you're not allowed to, you're allowed to do, and there's no shvus, because I didn't tell them to do it on Shabbos.
Right.
It's like I tell, if I see a guy cutting the grass, my neighbor.
Yeah.
I have a goyish neighbor, and I see a landscaper cutting his grass. So I can, according to this, I can go to the landscaper, and I said to him, tomorrow you should cut my grass, which is Sunday.
Right.
I tell him on Shabbos. He says, there's no problem with shvus,
Right.
but there is a problem
Right.
of mimtzei chefzecha. What is mimtzei chefzecha?
Pursuing your concerns.
That you're not allowed to speak about these things during Shabbos, pursuing your concerns. We said, if we tell him on Friday to do it on Shabbos. So you just said before, these you're not allowed to, whenever one tells a non-Jew or another Jew on Shabbos to perform, even if he tells them before Shabbos. Where did we read it? We just said, if forbidden as a shvus by rabbinic decree, even if one gave the non-Jew these instructions before Shabbos. But if he tells them to do it on Shabbos, it's a problem. Now, there's no difference between these two prohibitions, except, meaning the prohibition of mimtzoi chefzecha, pursuing your concerns, and shvus, and rabbinic decree, except with regard to having a non-Jew perform a task that is required for the sake of a mitzvah. If you're asking the goy to do something for the sake of a mitzvah. On Shabbos, it is forbidden to have forbidden labor performed by a non-Jew, even for the sake of a mitzvah, even when he was given instructions before Shabbos. Similarly, all other actions that were prohibited as shvusim, as rabbinic decrees, were not permitted to be performed for the sake of a mitzvah. Only a shvus of shvus was permitted, as will be explained in later source. Now, what is shvus of shvus? Meaning it's a rabbinic decree on top of a rabbinic decree. For the sake of a mitzvah, would be permitted to tell the goy to do it on Shabbos. Or to tell him to do it, tell him before Shabbos to do it on Shabbos. Let's see. Shvus of shvus, it says in 36, and actively forbidden due to the coupling of two rabbinic safeguards. So it's a safeguard on top of a safeguard. To refer to the instance here, this action discusses activities that do not involve the performance of forbidden labor, only in violation of a rabbinic decree. Moreover, the Jew is not performing these activities himself. He is only instructing a non-Jew to perform these activities. Giving such instructions is forbidden only by rabbinic decree. When a mitzvah is involved, a non-Jew may be instructed to perform an actively forbidden as a shvus, because then the forbidden activity receives the status of shvus because it is a mitzvah. Now, when, by contrast, in page 177, when by contrast the forbidden labor is to be performed on Saturday night, at a time when it is permitted, the only issue involved is that instructions were given on Shabbos, right? That's what we said, pursuing your concerns. Giving these instructions is prohibited because the person is occupied on Shabbos with a matter that is forbidden on that day. And this prohibition was relaxed for the sake of a mitzvah. Similarly, waiting until nightfall, close to the Shabbos limits for the sake of a mitzvah, right? That's the case that we discussed yesterday. Somebody walked all the way to where he's allowed to walk, and he waits there till right by the end of Shabbos, and then he crosses to take a bath or whatever the case was. Waiting until nightfall close to the Shabbos limits for the sake of a mitzvah was permitted. The rationale is that doing so is prohibited only because one prepares himself on Shabbos for an activity that is forbidden on that day. And this preparation was permitted for the sake of a mitzvah. So now we see that for the sake of a mitzvah, you're allowed to walk to the end of the Shabbos limits. Our sages derived this concept from the phrase cited above. What does it say? Pursuing your concerns. Your concerns are forbidden. The concerns of heaven are permitted. Welcome to you.
So, okay, so you could go to the say there was a wedding in the next town, whatever. So you were invited to the wedding. They were having a Motzei Shabbos. So then you could walk there because you're going to go be samek the chassan and the kala.
But there's a question when it comes to mitzvah. Is a mitzvah that can be done by others or cannot be done by others?
Well, others could be samek the chassan and kala, but it's not the same as you.
Right.
Samek the chassan and kala. I don't know.
The examples that we mentioned for mitzvah, what was the examples that we had? Somebody goes for mitzvah.
I also want to still see where if you have a good, like the air conditioning is off in the shul.
Maybe bringing a lulav? Bringing a lulav esrog?
That would be by day, so you could say.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome to you.